So I have a question for Greg too about the celebrities that come into Palm Greens, because we want to know. So who are some of the really interesting,
I think
famous people?
The most incredible one is our local boy who grew up here, went to Palm Springs High School, still actually works out, does his workout at Palm Springs High School.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and works with the youth there, is Tim Bradley, who's going to be fighting HBO in Vegas for the championship boxing match.
Now is he welter or is he light?
He's welter.
Welterweight.
This is a welterweight fight. He's had to put on weight with Manny Pacquiao. And when he goes into his training, which is 3 months before a fight, he only eats vegan.
Wow.
And he comes in here, 3 times a day. He was in yesterday, actually. Yeah, with a whole.
This is his drink, by the way.
Yeah.
This is the Tim Bradley Ultra Green smoothie.
Yeah, it was named after him because the last fight that he fought, I told him I would name the drink after him if he won the fight. And so when he won it and he came back, it was the Tim Bradley Ultra Green, and he was in with a whole film crew yesterday because we've had the New York Times call us last week because he was interviewing in New York and said that he eats at this vegan restaurant called Palm Greens Cafe, and so they were calling us asking questions about what it was that he eats and all that. And then another really great celebrity is Suzanne Summers.
Oh, I love her.
She comes in, she really walks her talk. Big time.
I so admire her.
I do too. She's just really down to earth, as is her husband, Alan. Yeah, just they're really good people.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, she came in last week. Well, she asked first, but she said from her farm, she had this huge farm in her with all these organic greens.
She has a home here in Palm Springs.
And so she came in, bearing gifts, and I named another smoothie after her called the Suzanne Summers Green Smoothie because of what she actually does for the larger community.
She's doing it for the planet.
She really is, and she's really speaking about issues that a lot of people are very intimidated to
like
pick up.
Absolutely. She's like right in your face.
Yes.
Calling the doctors out.
Absolutely.
Calling the pharmaceutical companies out.
That's right.
And healing you with nutrition as opposed to trying to treat the symptoms with drugs. So I admire her. She's a trailblazer.
She is, and Alan is, I don't know if he's celiac, but he definitely cannot do gluten, and so they love coming in here and having breakfast.
And they buy your burger packs, do they?
With their gluten-free burger packs, they're really just really down-to-earth people. I really appreciate them being in here. Of course, we have a lot of other people who come through the doors that are vegan during that Coachella Fest. A lot of the artists during that time are in here eating. I've yet to get Jason Mraz in here, but I will one day. Jason in here.
That's great.
But yeah, it's I'm not I really don't care about stuff like that. But when people really that are out there that can influence so many people and walk their talk, and it's not just BS, it impresses me because they don't have to be that way. They can. So many times, what happens when you become famous, you sort of forget where you've come from and become disassociated. And so it's impressive to me when people who have that power to stay connected. And so,
it's really lovely.
Yeah, it is.
It's really nice. And going back to what Craig said at the very beginning of our interview was about community, and you can see it radiating from him. That's what's so important is, people like Suzanne Summers, Tim Bradley, people that haven't grown beyond what this little place emulates and symbolizes so much. It's fabulous. It's all about community.
Yep.
We're all together on this planet sharing it together, so why not do it the right way?
That's right. It's like Hillary Clinton said. She said, it takes a village. And it does. They thought it was so cliche when she said it, but if you wipe that sort of whatever away from it. It really does.
Yeah,
it takes a complete village to make the circle complete. And I think we've sort of grown out of that, and it would be great if the whole village was the planet Earth. You know, if we really did care about the whole planet Earth. You know, and that really is the ultimate village. And it's so easy for us to forget that. And then we wonder why, for example, we get our iPads and our computers so inexpensive, and then realize that they're made in China at some corporation for slave labor.
Right.
You know,
at the expense of something.
At the ultimate, you know, it's horrible. And yet we tend to forget how small this planet is. And that's why I say, you know, for people who scoff at organic, don't believe that, or is it that really that important, the nutritional aspect of it? I always go, well, then forget the nutritional aspect of it. Think of what those petroleum, herbicides and pesticides and fertilizers are doing to your groundwater, period. Because if we don't have water to drink, we cease to exist.
In a very short period of time.
That's right. And so forget everything else. Just think about what organic does to preserve our drinking water. Because we won't exist without the drinking water.
It'll be a very short period of time.
Yeah. And so I think
and those resources are running out very quickly.
Very. I mean, I don't even know.
Especially in California.
Absolutely. You know, and all it would take is one other big natural disaster. You know, they scoff at the pipeline that's coming down from Canada across the largest natural water aquifer under where I grew up in Nebraska. And they wonder why we don't want it going across that water aquifer. I mean, hello.
Exactly. Yeah, it's amazing stuff.
So
we can go on and on talking
forever
about this
and ever
because it's so interesting. But we'll talk later.
Okay.
And thanks so much to Greg for joining us here. And,
thanks for coming here.
The owner of Palm Greens, and you guys got to check it out. It really is a blast here. The food is fabulous. The desserts are fabulous. The smoothies are great, and you won't be disappointed. Thanks again.
Aloha.